Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 1 of The Young Independent. I'm very excited to be back doing it, and hope you follow along with me on this wonderful journey. All right, now the first thing we're gonna get into is Epstein, our wonderful little friend from Mossad. So I've got some things here pulled up, and let's get right into it, baby. All right. Oh, we got that pulled up, yeah. Okay. All right. So, first thing is I've got a video here that I just found today of Trump and Epstein being projected onto Windsor Castle, and it's really amazing. I think they said there was 4 people arrested. Yeah, 4 arrested. Trump Epstein projection on Windsor Castle with complete commentary as 4 arrested. It's great. It's just fucking phenomenal. You know, if they played something about, I don't know, the Democrats or just some stupid cultural war shit, they probably wouldn't have arrested anybody. Maybe they would have. It's the UK, but I just don't think there would have been as much oomph behind getting those people locked up. But anyways, all right, here's a video.
This is Windsor Castle, home of the British royal family, where Donald Trump is staying during his state visit. And this is a film about Trump's relationship with the world's most famous pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein. Their friendship goes back to at least 1992, when the two of them are filmed laughing together. Trump can be seen making friendly conversation with Epstein in between clips of Trump smiling and dancing with a group of young women at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. The following year, they attend a cafe opening together, and a month after that, Trump invites Epstein to his wedding. In 1995, a young woman called Maria Farmer is working for Epstein in Manhattan. Late one night, she says, Epstein unexpectedly calls her to his offices, and she arrives in running shorts. Donald Trump then turns up wearing a business suit and starts to hover over her. Ms. Farmer feels scared as Trump stares at her bare legs. Then Epstein enters the room, and she recalls him saying to Trump, No, she's not here for you. The two men then leave the room, and Ms. Farmer says she heard Trump commenting that he thought Ms. Farmer was 16 years old. She says she later reported the incident to the authorities. Trump denies he was ever in Epstein's office. 1993 to 1997, Trump takes at least 8 flights on Epstein's private jet, according to flight logs released by the U.S. Department of Justice.
Here's what makes me mad about all this, though, is the fact that they only want to talk about Trump now. I get it. Trump campaigned on it, and it probably would have been shut the fuck up about for the most part. If Trump didn't campaign on trying to release it. But he did, and so did everybody in his cabinet, and then all of a sudden goes, oh, there's nothing to see here. They created the problem for themselves, and everybody has said that. It's more than obvious. They created the problem for themselves. But, it pisses me off that it's like, oh, it's just Donald Trump, this and that. No, buddy, it's like everybody that, you would think. Like Tim Dillon said, go look at the Forbes 500 list. It's a lot of those people. It's a lot of people. Bankers, scientists, everybody, Hollywood, you already know.
It's later dubbed the Lolita Express, a reference to the character in the Nabokov novel by the same name, a 12-year-old child who is sexually abused by an older man. 1997. Trump and Epstein are seen together at 2 Victoria's Secret parties and are photographed together at Mar-a-Lago. The same year, Trump gifts a book to Epstein with the dedication, To Jeff, you are the greatest. Donald. 2000. A 16-year-old girl, Virginia Giuffre, is working in this...
I bet he's the fucking greatest when your connections with him are going to get you to be the president in, I don't know, what was that? 20 years later?
Spa at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. There, she is recruited by Epstein's accomplice, Daniel Maxwell, to work as a personal masseuse for Epstein. The teenager will soon become, in her words, a teen sex slave, and will endure years of sexual abuse.
I was recruited at a very young age from Mar-a-Lago and entrapped in a world that I didn't understand.
25 years later, Trump will acknowledge he was aware that young women were being recruited from Mar-a-Lago by Epstein.
Oh.
This game.
Don't hit me with the copyright.
Well, I don't want to say, but
everyone knows the people that were taken, and it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad, but that story's been pretty well out there, and the answer is yes, they were.
Trump is then asked if one of them was Virginia Giuffre.
I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her.
2 years later, after Giuffre was recruited from his club by Epstein and Maxwell,
He stole
Trump tells
her.
New York Magazine he thinks that Epstein is a, quote, terrific guy, and that they have known each other for 15 years. He's a lot of fun to be with, Trump says. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of
And then all of a sudden acts like you don't know the guy. Yeah, are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
them are on the younger side. 2003. Trump draws a message in a book on Epstein's 50th birthday. The drawing depicts a woman's breasts and is accompanied by text written by Trump to Epstein that includes the line, quote, "We have certain things in common, Jeffrey," end quote. Trump signs off by saying, quote, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." A Donald signature is written in the place of PK. 22 years.
Let me tell you something. I supported Trump for the last 10 years, okay? I've watched almost every single video where he signs a fucking executive order and then holds it up, okay? That is Donald Trump's signature. That is Donald Trump's signature on that picture. That letter, whatever. That birthday letter. That is Donald Trump's signature. And, oh, I don't even draw. That's what he said. I don't even draw. That's what he said. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. It's like Monty Python meets Babylon Bee. It's unreal. It's unreal. Anyways, let's continue.
Years later, Trump will begin legal action against the Wall Street Journal over their reporting of the drawing, claiming it doesn't exist. Epstein's estate then releases the drawing to Congress. Another entry in the birthday book contains a photo of Epstein holding a novelty check bearing Donald Trump's signature, along with a note suggesting Epstein, quote-unquote, sold Trump a woman for $22,500. It's unclear if the photo and accompanying note is a joke or not. 2004. The two men fall out, and their close relationship ends. The reason for their estrangement? They both tried to buy the same Palm Beach mansion. 2005. Police in Palm Beach begin investigating Epstein after a 14-year-old child reports he molested her at his mansion. 2008. Epstein pleads guilty to state charges in Florida, including procuring a child for prostitution and solicitation of prostitution. The sweetheart plea deal, agreed by U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta, includes a non-prosecution agreement giving Epstein immunity from possible federal charges. He is sentenced to just 18 months in jail. Under the plea deal, Epstein is allowed to be out of jail from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 6 days a week and has his own driver to take him to and from his office. 2010. In a legal deposition, Epstein...
Which Kash Patel, 20 seconds ago, talked about Alex Acosta, which Kash Patel quoted him as the reason as to why he can't open any new investigations into anybody. That was bullshit. That was in regards to 2007 and anything with that. There is shit that goes back decades. This is not a statute of limitations issue. This is, I mean, a major child sex trafficking ring. And the FBI just can't do nothing about it. Whoopsie, fucking Alex Acosta messed it all up. I guess the biggest law enforcement agency in the world can't do anything about it. Oh well. Yeah, sure.
Epstein is asked about his relationship with Donald Trump.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
By the way, this was around about the time that Prince Andrew was photographed walking with Epstein in Central Park. 2016. According to award-winning CBS News producer Ira Rosen, Maxwell confirms to him that Epstein secretly taped his famous friends, including Trump and Bill Clinton. February 2017. Donald Trump, now President of the United States.
Which, by the way, funny, right? Okay, yeah. It's not just Trump. And it's not just Clinton, right? Obviously. apparently Epstein said, I can't remember to who, but had said to somebody, if America knew, if the public knew what he knew about both candidates in 2016, they would have to end the election. And I believe it. I believe it.
States nominates Alex Acosta, the man behind Epstein's sweetheart plea deal, to be nominates team. Donald Trump, now President of the United States, nominates Alex Acosta, the man behind Epstein's sweetheart plea deal, to...
Let's play that one more time.
February 2017. Donald Trump, now President of the United States, nominates Alex Acosta, the man behind Epstein's sweetheart plea deal, to be his Secretary of Labor.
Isn't that the guy who Kash Patel said that he couldn't open up nothing new because of it? Yeah, and then we'll talk about, $200 million from AIPAC to Trump and Miriam Adelson and going to kiss the Wailing Wall and all the fun things you have to do in order to become a part of their big club. Sick.
August 2017. Epstein conducts a series of taped interviews with the journalist Michael Wolff, research for a potential book Wolff hopes to write. In the interviews, Epstein claims Trump first slept with Melania on the Lolita Express, and also says he was Trump's closest friend for a decade.
So how do you know this?
That was supposed to straight.
July 2019.
I was Donald's closest friend.
Is arrested
I was Donald's closest friend for 10 years. That's what he said.
in New York on federal sex trafficking charges. The truth about his decades-long history of child abuse is finally being widely reported. A month later, he's found dead in his jail cell. The authorities declare his death a suicide. 2020. Maxwell is charged with federal crimes for helping recruit underage girls for Epstein and participating in the abuse herself. Trump is asked about the charges and replies,
I just wish her well, frankly.
I wish her well.
Numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach, but I wish her well.
2024. Asked
I guess they lived in Palm Beach. I met her numerous times in Palm Beach. I guess they lived there.
about whether he would release the so-called Epstein files, information about Epstein's crimes, and potentially his famous accomplices, Trump seems unsure.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
2025. Trump is now president again, and his administration blocks release of the Epstein files. It is soon revealed that his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, told Trump in May that his name is in the files before authorizing the release of a handful of transcripts only. Trump's one-time personal lawyer, now Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, then meets Ghislaine Maxwell in prison for 9 hours, amid speculation of a quid pro quo to protect Trump. Days later, Maxwell is moved to a low-security prison famous for its comfortable conditions and known as Club Fed. This is what we know. The President of the United States was a longtime close friend of America's most notorious child sex trafficker. He's alleged to be mentioned numerous times in the files arising from the investigation into that child sex trafficker. And now he is back in office. The U.S. federal government appears to be doing all it can to prevent the American public from learning fully about the president's relationship with the country's most notorious child sex trafficker. Now that president, Donald Trump, is sleeping here in Windsor Castle.
Now that was just beautiful. That was just beautiful. I mean, talk about sticking it to you. He projected it on the place where he is sleeping that night. Now that is something. That takes some fucking balls, man. And, in my opinion. Anyways, so, do with that what you will. Very laid out, very precise, and You can't argue with it. And that's what matters the most. You can't argue with it, Trump. What are you going to say to people like me who supported you for 10 years? You told us you don't care no more, and you could care less about our vote. You might as well be a Democrat. Really? Is that what you think? I might as well be a Democrat. Okay. And call me a Democrat. I don't care. With the same values that I have. God, family, country. Not to sound generic, but I mean, you know, freedom of speech. You know, the right to bear arms. Whatever. You know, the things that matter the most. And, man, it's insane. It's insane to throw your own voters to the trash like that after we put you back. Motherfucker, I voted for you in 2024. Now, would I still prefer Trump over Kamala? I mean, I gotta say yes. Tim Dillon said it best. Honey, he's a pedophile for peace. I know. But the other pedophile, he wants to raise our taxes. He's a pedophile who's gonna give us a tax break. Does that not mean nothing, honey? It could be our first down payment on our house. He's a pedophile for peace. These other pedophiles, they want to send your children to war. We just want to sleep with them. It's like, he's a pedophile for peace. I love Tim Dillon. He's great. That's a direct quote, by the way. Might be a little off, but it's really the state of this country. I mean, Joe Biden, definitely a pedophile. Hillary Clinton, satanic pedophile. Donald Trump, oh God, satanic pedophile. I got a Donald Trump 2020 gold dollar bill, and on the back of it, I think it's whichever side it's on. This is from Trump's website. It's a gold 2020 Trump dollar bill, and it has 666 written in it in red with the letters like where the serial number would be or whatever. This is from Trump's website. I don't know what that makes you think, but satanic pedophile. Kissing the Wailing Wall. Anyway. Okay. So that's my take. Anyways. I have this article pulled up here. This is Epstein Files. Full list of high-profile people named in unsealed documents. Now, obviously, there's a lot more names in this. And maybe some of these people didn't partake in the pedophilia. But, I mean, I would say out of all these names, you see this scrolling, names. I would say out of all of them, probably most. You know, you don't, I mean, there had to be people that got brought around that didn't know, and then they're fucking with this guy, and now the name's on his flight log, and he's got to be implicated. There is, I'm sure, some truth to that, right? Like, somebody coming up in Hollywood, and their friend Kevin Spacey here, like, you know, takes him with, and I think it was Kevin Spacey and Chris Rock. You know, who knows? Do I think Kevin Spacey partook? Oh, for sure. It's Kevin Spacey, guys. We know what we know about him. Anyways, okay. So, here's the list, and I'm going to read every single name. Epstein Files, full list of high-profile people named in unsealed documents. This list of around 150 people also includes names of Epstein's associates in a lawsuit brought against his former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, in 2015. And the first list was published on Wednesday under the order of a new judge. And this is from January 6th of 24. Okay. So, you know, I don't know more names than this. You know, what's been released is already, we've known this for years. So anyway, okay, Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's former girlfriend, sentenced in 2022 to 20 years in prison in sex trafficking to nobody. Prince Andrew, second son of Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain. Bill Clinton, former U.S. President. Donald Trump, former and current U.S. President. Hillary Clinton, former First Lady to Bill Clinton. David Copperfield, American stage magician. John Connolly, New York police detective turned investigative journalist who investigated Epstein. Alan Dershowitz, prolific lawyer. Leonardo DiCaprio, actor famous for his roles in Titanic. Oh. Let's see here. He's having trouble loading, I guess. Al Gore, former U.S. Vice President. Stephen Hawking, renowned theoretical physicist. Ehud Barak, however, I don't remember how you say it. Former former Israeli Prime Minister. I mean, might as well be U.S. Prime Minister, right? Michael Jackson, famed musician known as the King of Pop. Marvin Minsky, artificial intelligence pioneer. Kevin Spacey, American actor. George Lucas, American film director. Jean-Luc Brunel, French model agency boss. See, it goes in so many different fields. Alright, I'm going to skip the occupation, just name the names. Kate Blanchett, Naomi Campbell, Sharon Churcher, Bruce Willis, Bill Richardson, Cameron Diaz, Glenn Dubin, Ava Anderson Dubin. Oh, it keeps loading this on me, dude. Are they fucking watching me right now? Noam Chomsky, Tom Pritzker, Chris Tucker, Sarah Ferguson, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., James Michael Ostrich, Juan and Maria Alessi, Janusz Bonasiak served as Epstein's Palm Beach house manager. Bella Klein, or Klen, former accountant in Epstein's New York office. Leslie Groff, Victoria Beam, Rebecca Boylan, Dana Burns, Ron Eppinger, sex trafficker. Daniel Estes, Annie Farmer, accused Epstein of sexual assault, right? Okay. Maria Farmer, Anuska De Giorgio, a model who accused Epstein of rape. Louis Free, Alexandra Fekai, Jojo Fontanella, Virginia Giuffre, Lynn Miller, right? So some of these people are victims, okay? Which is just on the flight logs, but who are these people who obviously weren't raped by Epstein? Anthony Frigoria, Virginia Roberts' former boyfriend. That's strange. Eric Gainey, Meg Garvin, Sheridan Gibson Butte, Ross Gow, Maxwell's press agent. Fred Graff, Robert Guthrie, Philip Judiron, Alexander Hall, Joanna Harrison, Shannon Harrison, Victoria Hazel, Brittany Henderson, Brett Jaff, Forrest Jones, Sarah Kellen. I know Tom Hanks is on this motherfucker. Andriana Ross, Carol Kess, Dr. Stephen Olson, Stephen Kaufman, Wendy Lay, Peter Listerman, Tom Lyons, Nadia. That's some fucking foreign ass name. I don't even know. Bob Meister, Jamie Mellison, Donald Morell, David Mullen, David Knorr, Joe Pagano, May Pluga, Stanley Pottinger, Detective Joe Ricari, Chief Michael Reeder, Renato and Deborah Rizzo, Sky Roberts, Kimberly Roberts, Lynn Roberts, Haley Robson, Dave Rogers, Alfredo Rodriguez, Scott Rothison, Forrest Sawyer, Doug Shutill, fucking, where am I at? Johanna Joberg, Cecilia Stein, Marion Strong, Mark Tafoya, Emmy Taylor, Brent Tyndall, Kevin Thompson, Ed Tuttle. And I'm sorry if this has bored you, but this is what needs to be said. These people need their names out there. Okay, like, is anybody going through and just going, oh no, they just released the same names? Okay, well, let's go through and name these people. At least it's a start. It's something. Okay, Les Wexner, his fucking biggest partner in crime, bud. Abigail Wexner, Crescenda Valdez, Emma Vaughn, Vagan, I don't know, Anthony Valadris, Christina Venero, Jesus Christ, these names are insane. Maritza Vasquez, Vicky Ward, Jared Weisfeld, Sharon White, Courtney Wild, Daniel Wilson, Mark Zeff, Alfredo Rodriguez, we said that, Dr. Chris Donahue, Dr. Wawa, Judith Lightfoot, Dr. Karen Kudikoff, Dr. Carol Hayek, Dr. John Harris, Dr. Darshini fucking Madagascar or whatever the fuck that is. Magiliana, Dr. John Harris, Dr. Mona Devison, Dr. Scott Robert Geiger, Dr. Michelle Streeter, Donna Oliver. There's a lot of these people who treated Virginia Gumphrey. She must have gotten fucking beat up by these motherfuckers. And I wonder, did they fucking, did they kill anybody and just throw them off that damn island? I wonder. Jeffrey Epstein, who, Jesus Christ, I swear to God, they're watching me right now. It just keeps loading over and over. Jeffrey Epstein, who socialized with Wall Street titans, royalty, and celebrities before pleading guilty to soliciting and prostitution in 2008, died by suicide in August 2019 in a jail while awaiting trial for sex crimes. So that's that. That's that article. Isn't that nice? Isn't that better? It's so depraved. It runs so deep. It is so fucked. It's just so fucked. It really is. Now let's see here. I've got some more videos to play here. Gotta pull up this playlist, sorry. Nope. Okay, so there's that one. Alright. Yes, now we're gonna get on to Kash Patel with Thomas Massey. I thought this was fucking phenomenal. Now, I'm gonna start it here at a minute.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
I'm gonna start it here at a minute and 27. That's really where it starts to get good. And we'll just end it when I feel like it.
Same request. Gentleman's recognized. So, I've got 4 documents I'd like to introduce into the record. The first one is Jeffrey Epstein's 6 story played out for years in plain sight. And Acosta is quoted in here saying, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave me alone." The second document is entitled, "What Epstein's Bodyguard Warned About His CIA Connections." The third document is from Fox Digital. It's titled, "Epstein's Private Calendar Reveals Planned Meetings with Obama Admin Official CIA Chief."
Oh.
And the last document is Wall Street Journal article that highlights Ehud the Ask You. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these women to besides himself? You replied, according to the transcript, "There is no credible information that he trafficked them to anyone else." You also said somewhere in the hearing and here today that the problem is that the case files are constrained by limited search warrants from 2006 to 2007 and that the non-prosecution agreement hamstrung future investigations. Those constraints only apply to the Southern District of Florida. They do not apply to the Southern District of New York, the location of the 2019 sex trafficking indictment, which produced many things.
Right, because if Kash Patel, like he's trying to say here, oh, well, it limited any other investigations and this and that, and now we only have this information. Well, he was indicted in 2019 on another sex trafficking, whatever, prostitution bullshit, right? And not bullshit as in bullshit, just whatever. Well, then how was that brought up then? If you can't go in and get any more search warrants, if you can't indict anybody else because of these sealed documents from Alex Acosta in 2007, then how was he brought up on charges again in the Southern District of New York in 2019? His answer doesn't make any sense. It's bullshit. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit. And it is bullshit through and through. Kash Patel is the same guy who said, "No way he killed himself." Same thing with Dan Bongino. "No way he killed himself. They're lying to us. They're covering it up. This and that. Da, da, da." And then as soon as they get in there, bullshit. Bullshit. Not as soon as they get in there. They were talking. They were still saying the same shit for a couple months. And then really in July was really when it was like, okay, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Nope, that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to see here. They were slowly getting to that, but that's really when it hit, I think, in July. But anyways, yeah, Kash Patel's full of shit. And what do they got? What do they got? What do they got to make you fucking cover up the biggest, as far as we know, pedophilia ring in human history that implicates the most powerful people in the world? Well, that's got to be what it is. Most powerful people in this world. The most powerful people. The people presented as the most powerful people, but the people that are really the most powerful behind them are making them fucking do the things that they're doing. If that makes sense. I know I kind of explain things loosely, but yeah, Catch Patel's full of shit. That's the point.
Things including a series of FD 302 documents. According to victims who cooperated with the FBI in that investigation, these documents in FBI possession, your possession, detail at least 20 men, including Mr. Jess Staley, CEO of Barclays Bank, who Jeffrey Epstein trafficked victims to. Victims including minors, such as Virginia Roberts Ufree, may she rest in peace. That list also includes at least 19 other individuals.
Yes, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Yeah. I think she was, if I remember correctly, she was hit by a bus and then a week later committed suicide. Mm-hmm. Just like that dude who worked for Clinton, I can't remember the name. There's just so much of this shit, it's impossible. You'd think you'd remember it because it would be so rare, right? That's what they tell us it's supposed to be, right? We live in a free, uncorrupt society that checks and balances. But the guy who was found outside of his house, who worked for Clinton, he hung himself, and he had like fucking a shotgun shot to the wound or to the chest. Fucking Christ. He was shot by a shotgun in the chest, right? And hung himself, and it was ruled a suicide. But how could there be this mass cover-up? Somebody would talk. When everybody's threatened, and they go, hey, do you want to live? Do you want your family to live? Okay. All right, then you're gonna hush on this, buddy. That's what it is. Just like I said in the video, Trump betrayed MAGA. They take you behind the scenes. You think you're president and you're gonna do all these things, and they show you behind the scenes of JFK, not the Zapruder footage, behind the scenes of whoever it was, CIA, fucking Mossad, whoever it was, right? Behind the scenes footage, and go, yeah, you thought you were gonna do all that shit, but you're not, and you can see why. You can see why. Look, just take a look at the video. I'm sure all those thoughts will leave your head. Yeah, all those plans you had. How about you just plan to live? How about you just do that and do what we say? That'll be nice, right? Take another breath for another day. Nothing happened to your children. We'll stop all the prosecution. We'll stop all the character slanders. We'll stop the bullshit. Just do what we say. It makes you think. And it's fucked. How do you beat it? These people are so powerful. They really are. And it runs for hundreds of years. It honestly kind of looks like thousands. I don't know. Might not. Maybe I've just been fed shit on the internet and I don't know nothing about nothing. Or maybe there's something to something. All I know is what I've been shown, and I do the best I can to separate and make sense of all the information in front of me, which is very difficult. A lot of it's propaganda. A lot of it's meant to confuse you and stir you up on shit that really doesn't matter. Same day Charlie Kirk is killed, which of course matters. I feel like it was an attack on all of us. Shut up. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this. Because I've wanted to do this forever. I did it as the young conservative a few years ago, about 5 years ago now, and just I've got a crazy life. I'm always busy, and I'm trying to just take care of things, in my own life, and after I saw that, I was pissed. I still am. It's bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. And like I said, it's part of the reason why I'm doing it. They want us to shut up, and I forgot exactly what started me going on that, but that is the point of that. Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. Terrible. Terrible. And like, yeah, that was a message. That was a message to all of us. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, okay, yeah, blackmail, all this and that, yeah. Whatever. I think you might remember better than I, but here goes.
One Hollywood producer worth a few $100 million, one royal prince, one high-profile individual in the music industry, one very prominent banker, one high-profile government official, one high-profile former politician, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician, at least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada. We know these people exist in the FBI files, the files that you control. I don't know exactly who they are, but the FBI...
Which Kev Patel said himself? I wish I would have had the video pulled up. I should have had more montages of Kev Patel with all this shit. Because he said, hold on, what was it?
Including a billionaire from Canada. We know these people exist in the FBI files, the files that you control. I don't know exactly who they are, but the FBI does.
Right, there's where it was. Kev Patel said in an interview in, 23, of how he was asked something about, well, who has control of the Epstein clown list? He goes, the director of the FBI. That's exactly who he said. He didn't say the CIA. He didn't say the president. He said the director of the FBI. And now he's not released it. But it's not his fault. Now that he's in the position. It's amazing. These people think we're fucking stupid, man. And they act like the internet doesn't exist anymore. I don't get it. I don't get it. A half retard like me knows that they're full of shit. You know? Again, a full retard goes, I think I have some questions. Like it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, a full-fledged retarded person, would not, believe it. A 5-year-old, nobody. It's they don't even try to make it believable. I mean, again, make confusion. Have the people fight about the different theories, and meanwhile they're still up here at the top. Tale as old as time, divide and conquer, right?
Any investigations into any of these people, and have you seen these 302 documents?
Sir, I have asked my FBI agents to review the entirety of the Epstein files and bring forth any credible information, and
I have asked my agents to. For somebody, and he tries to go, oh, well, you try to slander us. Look at our numbers. We've arrested this many fucking pedophiles and this and that. But he just won't. He won't say. He won't answer the shit. He won't review the shit for himself. Oh, we've gone after all these people. We take it seriously. We take this type of crime seriously. Well, wouldn't you want to make sure that maybe one of your agents are a mole? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? I thought you cared so much about it. He was on these podcasts for years talking about Epstein, and he just hands it off to the agents. You guys deal with it. I got more important shit to deal with than the biggest pedophile, sex trafficking, child trafficking ring in the fucking history of the world. I got more important things to deal with. It's a fucking joke. And I thought we had the dream team. Trump, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pete Hegseth. I mean, and if you look at all the people Biden had in, I mean, it still looks like it compared. I mean, you had fucking Rachel Levine in there, Pete Buttigieg, Anthony Blinken. I mean, these people are pathetic. Kamala Harris. It's absurd. It is absurd. I would still take Pete Hegseth over, I believe it was, oh my God, what was that dude's name? Lloyd Austin, I think, was Biden's defense secretary. And do I think Pete Hegseth is as corrupt as those guys? No. But again, do I think he was pulled into a room and shown some footage and went, you gonna do what the fuck we say or what? That's probably what happened. You can do these little promos and you can Yeah, you can take DEI out. You can make it look like you're making a difference. Yeah, satisfy the fucking mass. Okay. Yeah, we're still gonna go to war with Iran. Yeah. Still fucking saber rattling with China and Russia. Yeah, we're still gonna do that. Mm-hmm. So, is Trump a pedophile for peace? I thought he was. I thought he was. You know, what the fuck did Iran ever do? Israel has nuclear weapons that they hide, keep secret, but everybody knows about it. But that's okay. That's okay, because they're Israel. But God forbid Iran even has the fucking capability to have a nuclear power plant. Oh God. You know, why would we be so fearful of them? It's not like we overthrew their government in 78. Oh, and then did the shit again. You know. Oh, did I say Iraq? I meant Iran. Did I say Iran? Okay, Iran. That's probably fucking up. Iran. The Middle East was fine. It was fine. And yeah, they had their tribal warfare and their shit and this and that and their conflicts. We should have never, ever got involved in it. Leave it the fuck alone. Leave it the fuck alone. Nobody's talking about the Congo. I guess they talk about it a little bit, right? But nobody goes, if we don't save the Congo, fucking democracy will fall as we know it. The sky will light on fire. Nobody says that, you know, if we don't go send more money to the Congo. It's all bullshit. And, you know, I say we got a country to save. But can we save it? I don't know. Again, like I said in the last video, I think it would take a cataclysmic fucking event to reset everything and take the technology back. Unfortunately, I love modern medicine. I wouldn't be alive without it. You know, plenty of my loved ones wouldn't be alive without it. You know, but these people can fucking see into your houses. They spy on you 24/7. They fucking, I mean, they can blow up the world with the press of a button. They can blow up the world with the press of a button. That's it. I think they have too much fucking power. And that goes for all of them. And I remember seeing a meme like 2 years ago or something. It was like, the world is this close to realizing that all the world governments are just organized crime. It's like, it's pretty much true. It's pretty much true. Unfortunately. Oh Lord. Help this world.
Working with Congress not only to divulge that information and asked my FBI agents to review the entirety of the Epstein files and bring forth any credible information. And we're working with Congress not only to divulge that information and produce it to you, but any investigations that arise from any credible investigation will be brought. There have been no new materials brought to me launching a new indictment.
So is the loophole here?
Then what the fuck was he indicted for in 2019? There was nothing new from the shit that's sealed in 2007. There's nothing new that they can do off of that. Then what the fuck was he indicted for in 2019? Was it not sex trafficking?
Or is it your assertion that these victims aren't credible? That the 302s
right.
maybe didn't produce credible statements?
Let's hear that again.
Is the loophole here, or is it your assertion that these victims aren't credible? That the 302s maybe didn't produce credible statements that rise to a probable cause?
It's not my assertion, sir. It's the assertion of two different United States attorneys' offices from 3 separate administrations who investigated those same materials in lifetime.
Are the 302 documents in the FBI's possession?
They reviewed all that, yes, sir.
And so have you reviewed those 302 documents where the victims name the people who victimized them?
I personally know, but the FBI has.
So how can you sit here and in front of the Senate and say there are no names?
I said,
I named one today.
I said, we are not in the practice of the Department of Justice FBI of releasing victims' names. That is not what we do. We are also not in the habit of releasing incredible information. That's not what we do. But multiple authorities have looked at the information.
Yeah, that's ironic. I know you don't release incredible information. Yeah. Okay. Charlie Kirk's assassination. That wasn't incredible information. By the way, I think it would be non-credible information. Incredible is incredible. Not incredible. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not no fucking... I'm a dropout, okay? So I don't know. But... I don't think that's the right terminology. And yeah, I'm just not clever at all, but oh, we don't release incredible information. I know you don't, because nothing I've seen is fucking blowing my mind to go, oh my god, they're changing their ways, they're fixing the FBI. Yeah, there's nothing incredible in that way, Cash Patel. Just so you know, as one of your former fans and a Trump supporter for 10 years, I don't give a fuck about your bullshit. You're lying. You're lying. Oh, and some people may not be happy with me about that, and that's fine. And this and that. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. None of it's fine. None of it's fine. It's a betrayal. Point blank, period.
Entirety of what we have.
Okay. I believed in you. Were you present when the AG had the White House event when she released the binders to the social media influencers?
I was, yes.
So if you're willing to meet with social media influencers who stood to benefit from the sensational and sad stories of these victims, will you meet with the victims as well?
The FBI will meet with anyone who has new information.
Will you personally meet with them?
The FBI and the professionals who are handling the cases will.
Were you instructed that it was important?
As a director of the FBI, you're not handling the most important sex trafficking case? Hold on, I thought he's handling all these other ones. All these other, like, non-important people that are sex trafficking. All these other non-powerful, non-connected people that are doing it. Well, we've captured this many fucking people and saved 3,000 children, or whatever the fuck he was saying. I don't know if he says it here or not, but... I mean, come the fuck on. Oh, so he's on all those, but not the most important one ever to ever exist, ever? Okay.
To release the
sure, I believe you,
the Oversight Committee on the day of my introduction of the discharge petition to release these files?
I don't know what day that was, so no.
Well, they were released that day, and there were victims' names who weren't redacted because they were in such a rush, and the victims are not happy about that. Have you investigated any of the CIA connections? Have you seen the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein, and if you wanted to see it, would they show it to you?
Well, I can speak for the FBI. That's presuming there's a CIA case file, and I've reviewed everything that the interagency, not I, the FBI, that was provided to them.
So let me get this right. Again, on the biggest sex trafficking ring in human history, the Central Intelligence Agency wouldn't have a file on them? That's presuming that they do. Now, hold on. I thought your interagency bullshit. I thought you guys worked together. Oh, no. Huh. Turns out the CIA hid the truth about 9/11 from the FBI until, like, I don't know, a week before or whatever. It's too much information to remember the dates exactly, but they kept it. They kept it from the FBI. So, yeah.
Bus. Would you be willing to look at the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein?
If there is such a file, and if it has not already been turned over to the FBI will look at any new investigative leads.
Have you made any progress on the pipe bomb investigation January 6th, and have you made any progress on the motive of the Las Vegas shooter?
As to the first, it's an ongoing investigation, and we have made progress. As to the second, sir, I'll have to get back to you.
All right, thank you. I yield back.
And hasn't Cash Patel now said that there was 2 shooters, at least, at Charlie Kirk shooting? Lord help us. Lord help us. Now, let's see. What I got on my little notes here to make sure I go as orderly as my fucking self can, to say the least. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I got to say about it. I mean, at least for now. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's bullshit, and we'll probably never find out. Let's be real. Let's be real. Probably never gonna find out. Again, the most powerful people have the most powerful people making sure that it doesn't come out. It's that simple. So, Merry fucking Christmas. Born in the USA. You know what I'm saying, dude? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know, nobody does blackmail like us. Hell yeah. You know, Iran doesn't get to bomb the fucking Middle East. That's our job. Whoever doesn't vote for this war is... What did he say? I don't know. Whoever doesn't vote for this war is gay. Oh, I'm not gay. I want to go to war. I was the first one who wanted to go to war. Oh my God, man. Oh, Lord. Lord, help this world. Millions of people dead for nothing. Billions of people lied to and poisoned and you know, millions starved. God. For what? For what? It's all a little fun game to them. What do I think I'm going to be fucking thought about in their equation of the new world order? No. Of course not. Who am I? Who am I? Man, they took Charlie Kirk out, dude. They took Charlie Kirk out. Charlie Kirk was just another patriotic American. Did I agree with him on everything? No. No, not even close. I shouldn't say not even close. I mean, a lot. You know, I would say most of it. But I tend to more think towards Israel when it comes to that. And, yeah. I mean, he was starting to say some things, you know. He said some shit on PBD's podcast and whatnot. Had Tucker Carlson and Dave Smith with him. He was, you know, talking to Megyn Kelly about it and how anytime you criticize Israel, you're told you hate Jews and you're an anti-Semite, and that's a bunch of bullshit. And we'll get into all of that later, you know. Epstein's little fun posse over in the Middle East, you know. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, now we're going to get into some more fun, just bullshit. Here's Kamala Harris on The View, and, by the way, she's on the Diddy list. That's a fact. But yeah, let's keep going. 52 minutes into this.
Hi, I'm JT, and I'm a result hunter. The search.
No, I don't want to talk to you, JT. You're not my friend. All right.
2/3 of Americans felt that Madam Vice President, before the election, 2/3 of Americans felt that the country was on the wrong track, according to an NBC poll. On issues like the border, cost of living, the perception of crime, 43% of Americans felt like Joe Biden's policies had personally hurt them. Understanding that many people saw you as an extension of Joe Biden, were there glaring warning signs that...
If it weren't for fucking Palantir, the technocrats, and this Epstein shit, God, I think I would be happy with Trump's presidency. But, man, I mean... everything. God, I just can't. I can't support the man no more. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I do not support pedophiles for peace. I don't support any pedophiles. It's fucking absurd. It's absurd. It's absurd. Every single one of them is. Bill Clinton, fucking Obama, Trump, Biden, Bush. I bet Bush. I mean, he, you know, Epstein. There's something with Bush and Epstein. Epstein had the painting of George Bush sitting on the floor crisscross applesauce with two little airplanes in his hand. Two little paper airplanes in his hand. You know? Lyndon Johnson. God, what an evil man. What an evil man. Woodrow Wilson. God, why am I fucking blanking right now? Dude, what? Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR. Yes, FDR. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Stole all of America's gold, first off. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Oh, and thanks a lot, Nixon, for taking us off the gold standard, by the way, as that ties into that. But any fucking ways, man. Let's get into this shit with Kamala.
When there's only two options to vote on that you missed going into Election Day.
You know, I write about it, as you all know, in the book, and I know that's probably the first chapter you read is my chapter on The View. But it really, the book is about a reflection, and that day and that interview, for me, really was symbolic of the issue. It did not create the issue, but it was symbolic of the issue. Which,
you mean the day that you fucking lost the election and then didn't even come out to address your supporters and made your, whoever that was, campaign manager or whoever, come out and address them for you? And then you came out, what was it, 3 days later or something? Maybe it was the next day, but I'm pretty sure it was a few days later. She came out and finally addressed everybody. Despicable. And this woman was supposed to be our leader? Dude, you gotta give it to Trump. Getting shot and going, fight. I don't support the man, but you just gotta acknowledge that, man. I mean, do I think I would be that fucking, like, right after? I'd probably be like, oh, shit. Like, dude, I don't think I would react. Fight. I mean, maybe he's just been through so much at this point he don't give a fuck. Look at what happened where there was somebody in like 2015 that started running at Trump and he's like, and he fucking like almost falls over the podium. He's not the same person as back then as he was in 24. But still, again, dude, Kamala. This lady is no leader. She took the border and then fucking said, yeah, just come on in. She had like 2 jobs to do. Take care of the border and I can't remember the other thing that she was specifically pointed to be, her project. But the border, I mean, what could be more important? You're tasked with this job, close the fucking border. Make sure people don't come in illegally. But obviously, it's all their donors want. And the fucking globalist NGOs. We'll get into that later. But, God, yeah, I can't, man. Kamala was so fucking terrible, and that's part of what we're talking about here. Because her reflection on the campaign, well, why did I lose? Why did I lose? Oh, I wonder, you cackling fucking retard. Why did you lose?
is that I'm a loyal person. And I didn't fully appreciate how much people wanted to know there was a difference between me and President Biden. I thought it was obvious. And I didn't want to offer a difference in a way that would be...
Let me get this right. I'm incredibly loyal, but at the same time I'm going to throw my former boss and the former president, who without him I would have nothing but the legacy of getting on her fucking knees for Willie Bobby Brown or whatever. I'm incredibly loyal. Yes, please tell me how loyal.
Received or suggested to be a criticism. And you know, in the campaign, full time I was pointing out the differences. My theory of the case was we need to bring costs down. We're going to extend the child tax credit. We're going to have Medicare cover home health care for people, including people in the sandwich generation who are raising young children and taking care of their parents. It was about we're going to take on price gouging, bringing down costs. And I thought I was making the point. And I realize now that I didn't fully appreciate that how much of an issue it was.
Yeah, that President Biden was deeply unpopular. I did realize that.
Oh, did she? Did she realize? What is it? Sunny? Is that Devin?
And in...
yeah, Sunny. Okay, I didn't know. Oh, you realized that? Where are you going? All these people were acting like, God, what's his name? On Morning Joe? And F you if you can't handle the truth. This is most articulate, sharp, fucking coherently with it Biden that we've ever seen in 50 years. I go, are you serious? And then they want to act just like Jake Tapper. He wants to write a fucking book now. Oh, Karine Jean-Pierre. Fucking same thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all knew it. Yeah, we were saying it. Yeah. What do you... This wasn't a shock. We said it. But it is a shock. But it isn't. It's absurd. It's absurd. These people try to fucking memory hold us and they act like we don't have the internet to go back and see what they said 10 months ago, 11 months ago, whatever. We knew that. We knew that Joe Biden was unpopular.
During your appearance, and you write about it, you say, everything about my appearance on The View was going well until it wasn't. And if you recall, you were here 28 days before the election. And I asked you if there was anything you would have done differently than President Biden during the past 4 years.
You see how harsh you just try to not say X? Lord forgive me. Fuck you. Hey, dude. These people are retarded. First off, okay? These people are retarded. I do not know how The View is still on air. Just like everything else that's on that loses money. It's all by these networks that are owned by you-know-who, our little friends that... Our greatest ally. Don't you know?
And you said, quote, there is not a thing that comes to mind, end quote. You write anything you would have done differently than President Biden during the past 4 years. And you said, quote, there is not a thing that comes to mind, end quote.
But you made it clear. Again, stop trying to fucking gaslight me. I watched it all play out. You guys suck. You guys suck. You couldn't beat a guy who's been smeared as Hitler for the last 10 years. Okay? Find a better fucking candidate. How about if you let RFK Jr. run? Well, apparently he's on the goddamn list too. Jesus. I believed in you. I can't believe this shit, man. Oh.
Right, you had no idea. You just pulled the pin on a hand grenade. In the moment, I knew. The Trump campaign weaponized your answer against you, my question.
I remember that.
And some, including James Carville and Jake Tapper, point to that answer as a turning point in your candidacy. Do you think that moment tipped the election?
No.
Good, because Sonny doesn't want to take the blame.
There's kind of a confessional happening here. No. Exactly. No. There were many things. I mean, listen. I do believe one of the biggest deciders of the outcome of that election was that the American people were sick.
Okay, I'll bet you $50 she's drunk right here.
Of things being so expensive.
Yes.
And wanted that the prices would come down. And that's where, this is part of why I wrote the book, which is, let's remember in those 107 days what Donald Trump was talking about. First of all, he said his number one priority and the number one thing he would do is bring down costs.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And I believe there are a lot of people who voted for him believing that that's what he would do. Fast forward to today.
You're goddamn right. Look at prices in 2020 and then 2022. Our lives turned miserable. Utility bills went up, groceries went up, and they tried to say it was like by fucking 8% or 15%. Shit doubled. That's 100% inflation. Am I wrong about that? I'm not the biggest mathematician or financial guru at all, by any means. But shit doubled. It wasn't no 8%. And it has gone down somewhat. It's not back to 2020, but 2020 was 3 years into his presidency. And that's when we had gas down to, I don't know, like 170. So I went down to Tennessee and filled up my tank for $12 freaking dollars in a Toyota. A little car. $12 filled up my tank in 2020. Where are you going to go to do that now? 19 gallons. That's what it was. Where are you going to go fill that up now? I don't understand. Or maybe that wasn't. There's 19 gallons in my van now. Whatever a freaking Corolla is, okay? I filled up my tank for $12. Bought a pack of cigarettes for like $5. Lord. I remember my father saying, in 2010, when there was a news article out going, cigarettes are going up to like $5 a pack, whatever, $6 a pack. He goes, I'm quitting. Yeah. Another $12 a pack. People still buy.
Hello. Prices are higher. The cost of food is higher. Inflation is higher. No. Unemployment is higher. No. He lied. Yeah.
That is false.
Meanwhile,
you just look at the numbers.
There are certain promises he did keep, which is he was going to weaponize the Department of Justice and go after his political enemies, that he was going to silence critics against him, that he was going to fulfill whatever his fragile ego needed through the tool of our federal government.
Twitter files. Twitter files.
That he did, whatever he needed to do to enrich himself, literally his pockets, not to mention his ego, he has done. And I think it's important as we move forward to realize that they did what they said they were going to do. I heard a story about, a friend of mine was telling me about a Cuban American whose partner was being deported to Sudan, and that person was a big Trump supporter, and thought, well, why is this happening? Well, but he said he was only going to go after criminals.
Right. That's what he said.
Why?
Tell you what, man.
Anybody who crosses the border illegally is a criminal. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather him go after people that didn't come over illegally, which is already a crime, and then break another law, which is what they're saying. They go, well, they're not criminals. Well, they're a criminal when they broke the law immediately coming over here legally. But, let's not skip kindergarten. Anyways, I would rather have them take every single fucking person out that's ever came here illegally, which is what I do want. I mean, maybe you have an argument, man, for people who, that was their only crime, was coming here illegally. I do think, I've worked with plenty of illegals, they're fucking great people, and there are ones that aren't, and there's U.S. citizens that I can understand to a degree all, the sympathy that people have. I mean, they've been here, there are people that have been here for decades, and as long as they haven't committed a crime, I think you could make an argument to give them a path to citizenship. Now, let's not make it 25 fucking years, but if they've paid taxes or whatever, they've contributed, they work. A lot of them that are here legally, I guess, still pay tax. I don't know exactly how it works with that, but I mean, they're definitely contributing. They go to work, they fucking produce something for their labor, and a lot of them do have families here, and then those people are, due to the manipulation of the birthright citizenship, American citizens, and so especially then you do have an argument, and I don't know. Like I said, yeah, I would rather have them take every single person that's legal than what she did. Oh, he's lying, and so are you, saying that you cared about border security when you let every single fucking person in here. So are you when you're saying you care about fucking freedom of speech, and then you got the Twitter files going on, let alone everything else. That was obviously an infringement.
Saying, voy a votar por Donald Trump. They ain't saying that anymore in Miami. But part of what we have to remember about that election is, I think there are lessons about, you got to listen to what they tell you. And this is bigger than Trump. And this is part of what I also write about in this book. We are talking about an agenda that has been decades in the making,
Yeah.
for which we are now witnessing a high-velocity event that feels like chaos because it's all happening so rapidly, but it is about the implementation, the swift implementation of a plan that has been decades in the making, the Federalist Society, the Heritage Foundation. Right. This did not just happen overnight. He has been a useful tool for an agenda that is...
No, I cannot lie. Okay, I do claim to be somewhat of an expert on politics. I'm very tuned in. But do I know everything? Of course not. But hold on, where was I going with it?
Federalist Society, the Heritage Foundation. Right.
Right, the Heritage Foundation. I don't know much about them, but as far as I know, I don't think there's some ridiculously major... They're not Turning Point. You know, they're not that. They're not the Daily Wire. I know that. I know that they're on their radar, but... And maybe they're in the shadows. Maybe I don't know enough. And it's very possible. I suppose I should look into them. I know that was supposedly behind the Project 2025 bullshit, which I don't really think was... Still, I don't think it's a part of Trump's whole agenda. I think more it's Palantir and Israel and I mean maybe we'll come out of this prosperous and have more money in our pockets. At least maybe we'll be able to say that, hopefully. But the debt's rising anyway. Well, let's pay off $40 trillion. You want to contribute? What do you got? I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. So yeah, Kamala Harris is a fucking idiot. That's what I wanted to go into. You know, she was reflecting on her election. Oh, what made her lose? What made you lose is you fucking suck. What made you lose is that you couldn't beat a guy who had been slandered as Hitler for 10 years. Okay, and that's not what made you lose, but you lost to a guy who had been slandered as Hitler for 10 years. How? Because you fucking suck. Because you had shown for 4 years that you couldn't do the fucking job, Kamala. Period. So, I just thought that would be a little bit of fun. Right? She thinks she's freaking Gandhi. Excuse my French, by the way. I get really passionate. I hate the crap, man. I really do. I really do. Now I want to get into something maybe even a little bit more fun. And this is Destiny Election Stream Funniest Coke Moments. I'd like to give the credit, by the way, of this video to Mr. Wise Guy. Mr. Wise Guy Thinks. And that, by the way, that full Trump Epstein video, you want to go watch it, that's on Daily Express. I tried to watch it on other ones, you know, and it didn't have that commentary that was with it. I don't know why, but at Daily Express they have the full thing. But yeah, and I was getting into, you know, some 2024 like election meltdowns from just random internet things, just for some fun, whatever. But yeah, let's. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, that's right. We're gonna go to how freedom does not exist anymore in this country. Okay, every single right has been trampled upon. I apologize, by the way. I mixed this up, but okay. Now, here's how simple we're gonna make it. We're not gonna get into everything, you know, between freaking, you know, the Louisiana Purchase, which Jefferson said himself was an overreach, or to freaking Waco, Texas, to 9/11, to any of it. We're, you know, the surveillance state. That's part of this, but okay. Just through the 27 amendments, the Bill of Rights, which are the 27 amendments in the Constitution. Okay, here's how freedom doesn't exist. Amendment 1, freedom of speech, Do I really need to explain COVID, Julian Assange, Twitter files, pro-life protesters, Twitter files, the FCC, etc.? Right to bear arms, the Second Amendment. More than obvious, they want to take this right away. And from everything from registration to red flag laws, this is all an infringement. What part of shall not be infringed? Do you not understand? Okay, the Third Amendment, broken in the Civil War, War of 1812 in the Aleutian Islands, and World War II. That's just a fact. Okay, the Fourth Amendment, the whole surveillance state. Again, COVID, and most videos of police we see on the internet. 5, Miranda versus Arizona, or how about, the more famously, the Brooklyn 5, right? Okay, the Sixth Amendment, how about every single person dealing with the current judicial system, people demanding a speedy trial and stuck in jail for 6 years on cases that could have gone to trial years ago. The Seventh Amendment, the SEC versus Jerksey, and the FEC enforcement orders. The Eighth Amendment. I mean, again, do I really need to explain? But just for fun, how about California's firefighter convicts? The Ninth Amendment, the main reason for it is to limit the government's power and overreach. Do you think the government has had its powers limited in any capacity? Right? Okay. The 10th Amendment, Prince versus the United States, which also ties in with the Second Amendment being infringed upon. The 11th Amendment, a violation of the Constitution within itself. The 12th Amendment, Michael backs in 2016, or every single election since at least the early 1900s, having numerous electors help knowingly rig elections so the vote was never legit for president or vice president. Or how about Bernie Sanders getting shafted in 16 and 20? Okay. The 13th Amendment, slavery. Once again, California, or really the whole privatized and state prison system, pretty much every state in the Union has legalized slavery in one form or another. And don't forget about the illegal slavery that our state participates in, such as human trafficking of children and adults, or even technically programs such as MK Ultra. You kidnap people and make them. It's a different type of labor, right? They're not going out and picking crops in the field, but I think that it can technically classify as that. Okay, the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship, being used purposely to promote a globalist, nihilist, cultural, nation-eroding agenda of open borders. Okay, because it was originally meant for slaves that had been freed in the 13th with the 13th Amendment, and then they get birthright citizenship. So they don't, they're not just a bunch of people, non-citizens, which they already were, walking the fuck around the country. That's the reason for birthright citizenship. And I'm sorry if it, looks stupid, me doing it out like this, but I want to go just one by one and just show you. It's all bullshit. Freedom doesn't exist anymore. These rights are supposed to be given to us by God. Right? Right? God-given rights. What is a right if they can take it away? 15th Amendment, Jim Crow laws. Anytime voting polls have intimidated or purposely turned away voters for whatever reason and no one being held accountable. 16, again, another unconstitutional amendment. 17, and another unconstitutional amendment. 18, and another unconstitutional amendment. 19, just a bad one, especially for the time when women weren't in war. And I also strongly believe that women should not serve in war. We're supposed to protect them. We're supposed to protect women and children. It's that simple. Again, everybody knows this, okay? All the funny parody videos that have been made on this, like with the Titanic and all that, right? Okay. It's that simple. Women should be fighting in war, and for that reason, men should be the ones to have the right to vote, right? If you're gonna go off into war, okay, you should be able to vote for who might possibly send you off into war. Although I suppose with the draft nowadays, maybe that kind of, but because men had to, if it was wartime and you got called, you had to go. It's not that way anymore, so I suppose, whatever, okay. The 20th Amendment, no problem with it. The 21st Amendment, no need for it, just eliminate it altogether. It's like making an amendment banning guns while keeping the Second Amendment on the list. Doesn't make any fucking sense, okay? The 22nd Amendment, absolutely stupid. If the system actually worked how it should, a dictator could just factually never stay or even get into power. And I thought we were trying to save a democracy, constitutional republic, but either way. But we can't vote how we please. We can't vote how we please. Okay? That's That's that. And it's also technically a violation of the 15th Amendment and the First Amendment. We can't vote for who we want multiple times. Okay. The 23rd Amendment. Not really a problem, but also stupid. Because it shouldn't even need to be an amendment, considering if you live in the country as a citizen, you should be able to vote. And that doesn't mean to all ages, but the reason I say that is because how they let illegals vote. But it's got to be 18 up and this and that. Okay, so I guess, whatever. Okay, you got me. It's a straw man argument with that one. The 24th Amendment, violated within a year of ratification in Virginia. Okay, 25th Amendment, violated since it wasn't used for Biden, point blank period, and then they suggested using it for Trump. If you're not going to use the 25th Amendment for Biden, there's no way you are going to tell me you have to use it on Trump unless he's doing the same exact thing Biden was. Okay. The 26th Amendment means nothing if illegals can vote, and you might... Oh, wait. Did I mix it up? Okay. 26th Amendment means nothing if illegals can vote. Might as well have 5-year-olds voting. Okay. 27th Amendment means nothing if they can automatically increase their pay with another violation, considering inside trading, to get a shitload of money overnight by passing a law. So they may not be able to give themselves an overnight raise, and it comes in at the next election if Congress votes on a pay raise. But they can all just go, okay, invest in this company, and then we'll just pass this regulation on it, or this lack of regulation on it. Okay, we'll take this company down, and for its corruption and this and that, and monopolize, demonopolize it for an actual monopoly, and then just leave the actual monopoly alone, right? So, again, they can't give themselves a pay raise overnight like that, but with the fact that all of them, pretty much all of them, do insider trading. This can be argued as an overnight pay raise, considering they're the ones passing the laws on how the way that stock would go, and they know what their returns are going to be. So that's, again, kind of a straw man way to argue it, but either way, it's all corrupt, and we all know it. Freedom doesn't exist. What are rights if they can just be taken away? They're not rights then, they're privileges. Okay. Now, if that's displayed out, we'll go to the Destiny Code. Let's do it. Destiny's fucked.
There's a creative side hustle almost nobody is...
Nope, I don't want to talk about it. I got a creative side hustle. Go pour concrete.
Holy shit.
It's okay.
Georgia.
That was all the world dumps.
Oh.
That was all the world dumps. Okay. Yeah, that's Georgia. Why are you showing us? Why are you mind fucking? Okay, that's fine. We still got so much out here. If Kamala loses Pennsylvania, it was a rigged election.
If Kamala loses Pennsylvania, it's a rigged election. I fucking love it. If you don't know who Destiny is, okay? Allegedly, okay? PBD, allegedly, a pedo, okay? And even in an open relationship, couldn't keep his wife. Unfortunate. I pray for all the people of the world. I really do. I do wish the best for everybody. I wish... How do I say this? I do. I want everybody to turn themselves around. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Of course fucking not. Of course not. But these people are sick. They really are sick. They live their lives in a completely sick, deranged... And not that I don't so much, We got the cell phones we're addicted to. We got the sugars we're addicted to. We got, all that type of thing, right? By no means living a perfect life. Cursing, right? I got a potty mouth, okay? Just a number of things. Giving into anger, giving into depression, wallowing, that type of thing, Nobody's perfect. But I can't help, and I say that just to say I cannot help but to make fun of these people. Lord, forgive me. It's the way we've been raised. I wasn't necessarily raised to just be ashamed of making fun of people who really should in a way, be made fun of, right? Like, bring back bullying to a certain degree, right? Like, we don't want kids' fucking heads getting smashed in the lockers. But, you know, maybe a little going, hey, you know, you look a little fucking fat in that, you know, or something, you know, might inspire a kid to run a little bit more, you know. And, you know. It's a net positive, okay? It's a net positive. I love everybody in the world, and I pray for everybody in the world. I do. And pray for destiny. But again, if he's a pedo wood chipper, okay? I mean, it's that simple. It's non-negotiable, right? Like a rabid dog. Yeah, kind of like that. Not kind of like that, definitely like that. But past the point of no return. I don't know. May God have mercy on his soul. But anyway, that's kind of my take on Destiny. He's weird, and again, I don't want to seem like I'm some perfect person. I do not at all. But Destiny, boy, he sure does want to help make me look like a perfect person. You know, side by side, buddy. I mean, fucking, my kids don't hate me. I can tell you that. So.
Rigged.
That means it's Joe.
That means they bombed the right polling places and Russia hacked the election, basically. Confirmed.
True.
Right?
Confirmed.
No, I'm just saying it's obvious that there's already been reports of it. What, you call me a liar?
Pull up the reports.
They're not published yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You got the inside scoop?
I wish I could pull it up more. He's in the
We
corner.
do want to see that. That's
Oh, wow, okay.
We need to see that.
Now he's getting animated.
Yeah, we need
It's
to see
alright.
that.
I know you can't.
Yes.
Can't really see the video anyway. I know, but you can hear it. You can kind of see them running through it.
Wait. No. Right now, the question is whether or not we win Georgia, okay? Pennsylvania is a done deal. We've already got Pennsylvania. The question right now is whether or not we win Atlanta.
Kamala's already got Pennsylvania. She won that, right?
Or if we just merely win with 270, so, you know,
I'm still keeping my eyes on Pennsylvania, okay?
we're fine. Don't show Wisconsin again until this shit is fixed, okay?
Would you like some Coke Savoy?
I don't need that. Take that back, okay?
Coke Savoy.
I'm not here to Coke.
Yeah, Wisconsin's like 40% recorded.
Yeah. He's fucking with us. The demon's fucking with
Jesus
us.
Christ, I thought it was done.
It's good, and the big
You know, I was watching that map the whole fucking night, right? Till they called it with Pennsylvania and whatever, and even then I was still watching it a few days after to see. I was like, is Alaska gonna go blue? I don't know. Right? Not that it fucking had. But I thought Minnesota was gonna go red. It was leaning that way for a while, and I go, no shit, because you had the whole blue wall that just went red, right? You know, Wisconsin, Michigan, all that shit, and it really Pennsylvania, all that, Ohio, but yeah, I thought he was gonna get it, and I thought it was bullshit that Kamala won Virginia. I thought it was bullshit. I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, come on, there's a lot of hillbillies out there, right?
Any counties are all blue, trust me. Okay? They always are.
Pennsylvania flipped back.
Why does Pennsylvania keep flipping around like this? Wait, is Philadelphia reported the goddamn... No, save them. Save them for the end. I'm glad they're saving. Yeah, they're filling it in. It's like a fucking coloring book. I got it. We're good. What?
So we have a key race alert. Just to throw out away all the seltzer poll copium. Iowa has been called for the Republicans.
That's okay. We didn't need it.
That's okay, we didn't need it, he said.
We didn't need Iowa. We never needed this place.
That's him.
We didn't
That's
need this
Destiny.
place ever.
Is it done?
It's over. The question is, how long is it going to take them to declare Kamala the winner?
That guy, how long is it going to take for them to declare Kamala the winner? Apparently until the fucking Tuesday of never, buddy. Okay? Good luck. Good luck.
That's all we're waiting for right now.
Yeah. A detailed look at Georgia.
The win probability of Kamala has gone up from 10% to 15%.
Wow.
What?
What?
Fuck off.
Listen, they're not
How Kamala?
Okay, listen. Okay, okay, wait.
Oh, man.
Okay, wait. We don't even need Georgia, guys. Remember, we don't even.
Now we said we don't even need Georgia. That's great. We don't need Pennsylvania. We don't need Iowa. We don't. Or no, she's got Pennsylvania. We don't need Iowa. We don't need Georgia.
We need Georgia. We don't need this. We don't need this state. We need you to shut the fuck up. Stop.
You're gonna freeze at 268.
Okay, but we're coming up to a lot of blue states soon, right? When did you guys report? I need to see the numbers. I mean, it's all about Pennsylvania. Psychologically, I need to see this grow. When does California know how much longer? Is 30 minutes?
Look at that. That red map was fucking amazing, and the fact that Trump took the energy that the populist movement had. Yeah, I said this in the last video. That they took all of our energy, all of our anger, you know, of the forgotten masses, right, and put them into that. You know, I didn't know about the Wailing Wall and all this shit, and Palantir and Peter Thiel. Man, it's wild. It's wild. But yeah, that fucking Matt, man, he had so much leverage, so much. He won the House, the Senate, the White House. Come on. Come on. They could have done so much good. And have they done some good? I do think, yes. But, do I think they were better than Kamala would have been? Yes. Is there so much, though, that I cannot fucking stand with it? Also, yes. That red map was amazing to see. It's like 90% of the fucking country. Look at this, dude. You got Colorado, Illinois, Virginia, and New York that are going blue. And whatever that is. Vermont and whatever the fuck over there. That whole shit is red. And then what else went red? Shit, what else went red? Idaho, Nevada, right? Didn't all the rest besides Washington, Oregon, California, Minnesota, and Maine. That went blue, but all the rest went fucking red. It was insane. What did she win? 12 states? Am I right about that? Maybe 20? Shit, he won the fuck 30 out of 50? Boy, come on. It was more than that, I think. Let me see. Let me see this. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. How many states did Trump win in 24? 31. Okay, I was close. I was close. Anyway. Fuck you, Destiny.
Oh, so many votes. Look at them.
Shut the fuck up.
So many votes. Look at him.
Shit-eating grin.
Not the victory if we lose Wisconsin.
That's fine. That's okay. We need to see Nevada. Wait, hold on, wait. Just double checking. If we were to hypothetically lose Wisconsin and Pennsylvania.
No, if we lose Pennsylvania, it's over.
Okay, wait, but like,
think about it.
all the paths? All the paths, are you sure?
Yes. Yeah. East of Pennsylvania.
Okay, that's not what I really want to hear, but that's fine. We haven't lost all of that. Let's come out. Okay.
If we lose Wisconsin, we need to win Arizona.
She said, if we lose Pennsylvania, is it over? They go, yeah, if we lose Pennsylvania, it's over. Fucking Trump wins. He goes, it's okay. We're gonna, Kamala's gonna win it. Yeah, I think Elon Musk definitely played a big part in Pennsylvania. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was just a bunch of hype, but it's kind of the way I see it. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. And the media fucking took it. They took that bait and ran with it and promoted the shit out. And they did get the Amish community to turn out like a motherfucker, right? But
I'm not good at Pennsylvania. I need some good news today.
Okay, maybe let's not start with Pennsylvania. That's all I'm saying.
No, show me Pennsylvania, goddammit.
That's what the people want to see.
Show me Pennsylvania.
One thing.
No, just show me. Just show me.
Lose Pennsylvania, it's over.
I know.
Right now, the odds,
wow.
Donald Trump in Pennsylvania is 70.
do you see that? Yeah, you saw that. You saw that, did you? How red that was? Damn, like, I'm going to get it figured out. But look at that. Redder than, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and then one that's still remaining. 6 that are blue, and then the whole rest of that shit is red. Oh my goodness. Let's just pull that one county. Should win Pennsylvania. I think he won that one too.
That they're wrong, and we're right. We're so right, and we're the only stream that called it correct.
We called it
true.
We got there's just a wild time to be alive.
What's the ratio of the ones that are left? Like, what's the odds that we can hold this bet? We need 60%?
I would give us right now, I'd say we probably have a 25% chance of winning.
GG's?
No, it's not GG's.
25% chance.
No.
You can make that a 0.000000025% chance, buddy. Dude, I was so happy when Trump won. What did you do, man? Fuck. You could have said fuck Israel, and now you let them fucking tell you everything about your foreign policy. It's a bunch of bullshit. And you're domestic. Oh, let's fucking deport people. Let's deport. You can burn an American flag, but if you burn an Israeli flag, boy, you can be in fucking trouble. You want to find out who controls you? Find out who you can't criticize. Period. But yeah, I mean, so much momentum. What did you do?
What are the odds?
Oh wait, so XQC's in the background, and he's betting on like Kamala on winning.
We gotta stop running these women.
He lost $50,000. Definitely lost $50,000. And with all of his streaming and shit, obviously he can make a bet like that, and he had to have known. I mean, dude, everybody knew Trump was gonna win, right? I don't know how people really thought she was going to. I really don't. She's just terrible. Terrible. I mean, they could have gone with Bernie Sanders. He would have, look at him now. He just sits there, quiet as fuck, not talking shit at all about how they screwed him out of that primary. Both primaries. He would have done their bidding. I don't know why they didn't run him. He had a big populist. He would have been the Democrat Trump. Really. I think so.
You wish Joe Biden was in that, don't you?
I bet you Joe would have won.
Joe absolutely. He would have crushed.
Joe Biden would have won? Brother, the Coke is overflowing my cup.
No, Joe would have crushed him.
I would have gotten it.
Just I don't feel so bad. I know that seems bad. Go bring us into Pennsylvania, okay? You know what? I don't care. It's the same. 29% I don't care. Wait, what?
90% estimated reporting in Pennsylvania. Okay, 51.2% Trump, 47.9% Kamala. 3.3 million votes to almost 3.1 million, with 90% reporting. Another 690,100 estimated votes remain. Now, I guess she could have made that up, but I don't know. That last county went red, and obviously they flip and they change. But yeah, it was nice looking at that map like that night. It really fucking was. It was a breath of fresh air, and now it ain't so fresh.
Every time we look, it's getting worse. What happened?
210K.
Let's look at the counties.
It would be very funny if Paris.
Wow. So he cuts
What did you say?
the end part. That's crazy.
Wisconsin has 400K outstanding, and we're down by 1.
New York Times has the PA 90% chance of winning for Trump.
Yep. Yeah, New York Times, we already have established that they've been biased the whole night.
Feels like they've been accurate.
The New York Times biased towards Trump. You can't make this shit up.
No.
Damn.
Oh my.
Overnight, that could be 95.1. Okay? It's not necessarily 96 or higher.
Needle.
Okay, so we don't know.
The needle.
Oh, God.
How are you?
Oh, that's hilarious. The needle.
Well, to be fair, didn't Trump himself say there was stuff going on in Philadelphia?
You're discounting.
He did say that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, can I get your attention for
I'm not
one moment?
discounting. Get your attention, please.
He said, didn't Trump say there was stuff going on in Philadelphia? Trump did say that earlier that night. I think by like an hour in, if that, to the voting started, or the counting.
What? So, ladies and gentlemen, can I get your attention for
I'm not
one moment?
discounting. Get your attention, please.
We have a very important race called. Pennsylvania has just been called for Trump. Trump is a new president. Trump is the president of the United States 2024.
Wow.
25, dipshit.
Damn. Where's our orange face paint? I had a sick idea that we would have 2 sets of costumes in the back. We would have orange face paint if Trump won, and we'd have black face paint if Trump won.
My God.
Oh my God.
I will call for Trump, so there goes that nonsense. I'm going to,
The Young Turks Meltdown makes me so happy inside. It's great. And then they put the same music, whoever did this put the same music that they had on the 2016 one for them. For the Young Turks. Oh my God. It was fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, I'd love to watch it. It's 40 minutes long. So, we've been on this an hour and 40. I said I was going to live stream, and turns out I'm not able to. I wish I would have known this before, but you gotta have 50 subscribers on YouTube and 100 followers on Facebook. So, yeah, I'm recording this, and it's 10:05 now. So sorry to any of those, maybe the 1 or 2 people that were going to watch, and I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah, I think. We're gonna about wrap it up here, but next week I'm supposed to have my twin brother up on here with us, and that should be fun. And I'd like to talk about Comey and Charlie Kirk more next week. I think it's kind of bullshit. Yeah, I'll have my twin brother with me up in here next week, and we got a lot more to talk about. Always, never ending. So I would like to. I suppose close us off with a prayer, and I'm not very good at leading it, but I suppose if I may just say, dear Lord, please look out for our country, our world, all of your children. Lead these people to the light, and let them see your light. Let them see your love and the error of their ways, and stop this demonic, satanic death spiral that this world appears to be on. In your name we praise. Amen. I thank everybody for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. Tune in next week. The Young Independent Baby.